Everybody, it's Mike from Replica Airguns, and I have my Steyr Arms Scout from ASG. This is a bolt-action, spring-powered airsoft rifle. Really nice quality rifle, and this is the tabletop video, although I'm not putting it on the table. It's just too big for me to do the standard tabletop video. It would just be too awkward to try and show you the gun. I wouldn't be able to show you the gun in its entirety like it can do right now. But we'll do, we'll do the basic. We'll go through the basic tabletop procedure. Talk about it, show around it, do some pros and cons, specifications, all that kind of stuff. Less editing because I can't really, cut as much because it's gonna be kind of weird if I'm always, jumping around on the screen. So I can't do the cuts that I normally do. So bear with some of the fumbling around a little bit. But let's get started. Here we go. Cool. So I got my cheat sheet, of course, as I always have, but you just don't see it. This is available in our Canada store at the Replica Airguns store, replicaairguns.ca. Generally speaking, we carry more ASG products in the Canada store than the US store. It's typical for us. It does come in gray and black, so when you check the link in the description, you'll see it there. And we do, of course, we have other products in those stores other than ASG, other airsoft rifles, other bolt-action rifles, all that stuff. So if you're interested in a product like this, if you're in the US, you can find something similar probably in our US store. Now, there isn't any shooting test done yet because I haven't done it yet, so I don't know the performance aspects of this gun other than what's on paper and what's claimed, and I'll go over that right now. So, it is a bolt-action spring piston gun, and of course, it shoots 6mm plastic airsoft BBs. I would recommend heavier BBs, and I'll probably test it with heavier BBs, at least 0.30 gram BBs, maybe even heavier, because this gun does have a high FPS because it does have a fairly firm spring in it. It is a metal and polymer build. It does have a 32-round dropout magazine that's plastic. It weighs in at 6.5 pounds, which is just under 3,000 grams. And it has a barrel length of around 39 to 40 inches, so about 1,000 millimeters in length. It does have, that's not the barrel length, that's the total length, 39.5 inches, 1,000 millimeters in length. Maybe I should put my glasses on. Don't mind me. When you're 52, you basically this year started having to wear glasses, so not too bad. So the barrel length is 14.5 inches or 368 millimeters, and it is smooth bore as is typical with an airsoft rifle. It does have a single action only trigger because you have to cock or basically work that bolt. That puts it, that cocks the trigger, and therefore it's a single action only trigger. It does have adjustable hop up that I'll show you. It's really easy to get to. It's actually on both sides, so you can get to it pretty easy. And it does have a claimed FPS of 433 with the pre-installed M140 spring. And it does have the top Weaver Picatinny rails for adding on accessories, like a scope. More than likely, you're going to probably put some sort of powered scope on the top here. There is a way to mount accessories on the bottom. There's basically a rail adapter point here on the bottom. Not sure the exact name, but I'll get into it a bit more when I go over the pros and cons. What else we got here? We do have pop-up sights, which I'll show you when I'm walking around the gun. They're included. They're not adjustable, but it's nice that you do have them. So you do have a sighting system without having to go and get some sort of a optical scope out of the box, although you're probably going to want to put an optical scope on here. And it does come with an integrated folding bipod legs that are built into the stock. You wouldn't know it by looking at it, but there's a bipod built right into the sides here. And I'll show you that, of course, when I do the walk around. And it does have an adjustable rubber butt pad so that you can take out some of these spacers on the back. It has, I believe, at least 2 spacers that you can remove. So if you want to shorten it up or keep it long, you can do that. And it is made in Taiwan and distributed by ASG Action Sport Games. It does come in basically a nice, little box. Well, it's pretty straightforward, nothing fancy. No real graphics, no real specifications much on here at all. Just some ASG branding, the Steyr Arms branding on the box, okay? But it does keep it well protected when we're moving it around or shipping it. There is a little adapter here. But what I do want to show you is it does come with this adapter so that you can use a standard speed loader to load up BBs, airsoft BBs into it. So it does come with that adapter. That'll make loading the BBs a little bit easier. It does come with an Allen key. Okay, so there's your magazine, which I'll show you in a bit here. And of course you have this manual, and it's just basically a pretty straightforward manual with, you know, information, loading, you know, obviously warning instructions, how to load. I can't really see what you're seeing, how the safety works and all that stuff, and how the bipod works, how the butt pad comes off, all of those things, how to adjust the hop up. So you do have all that information that comes with it, and it comes in the box. So let's do a quick walk around. I'll bring it in tight when I feel it's necessary. So let's do that right now. Let's bring it in tight and just show you as close up as we can here. So there's your bolt, right? On the back there you have your safety, and you do have to push that down to adjust it. You have this pop-up rear sight here. It's just a peep sight. Okay, it doesn't really lock in place. It just sort of stays up there, and you just push it down. You have your Picatinny rail all along there. You do have a lot of different mounting points. If you want to put some sort of a sling on here, underneath as well, you can see the mounting points that you have for it. But I just want to focus on some other things here. So I'm going to show you the bipod in a bit, but that's the side of the bipod. There's some more rails. Here's your front sight, right? Pop-up front sight, just basically a post sight. Okay, you do have a nice barrel there with the red, well, it's got the orange tip. It's a metal barrel. And let's flip it around quickly so you can see some of the branding. Okay, Steyr, ASG branding as well. Okay, right there. All right, so on the bottom here, this is your magazine. It's forward of where the normal magazine would be. Okay, so that's what the magazine looks like. Holds 32 rounds, right? And then you have this sort of fake magazine. It just, you could use it for storage if you want. Take that little rubber piece out, and you could use it for some sort of storage compartment if you want to. Put things in there. You also have one in the back here. And what I've done is I've taken my secondary magazine and popped it in there. So you can have another preloaded magazine in this much larger cavity here for putting more whatever you want in there. In this case, you can actually put a magazine. And then you have this butt plate here, right? And these do come out, so you can basically put a shaft in here and pry it open. So you just sort of pry this open and they would come out, and you've got different pieces you can allow for different lengths. Okay, so obviously cock it back, pull the trigger. The trigger's nice, single action only, so it's a nice trigger. Really light, actually. It's going to be nice to shoot. I want to show you this, how the stock works here, the bipod. So you push this down, and it allows you to pull these out. Okay, so you can pull these out, and now you have a bipod. So it kind of just snaps into place. You hear a click. That's not going to break it. That's the way it folds down. It just sort of, you do need to push this button in on the bottom. So this button right here to open it up. But once you do that, it's a little tight. Once you do that, these guys open up. I don't know why this one side's a little firmer for some reason. Got to be a little rough with it. But there you go. You got your bipod open. Click it to close it. So that's nice that it's just built right into this gun. Really cool. I kind of like that. Looks pretty. It works pretty well, and it looks good when it's not engaged. All right, so let's go over some of the pros and the cons. And we have this list of pros right on our website. There's some stuff, a lot of stuff in here that I didn't know about. If you just look at the gun, you wouldn't know because a lot of it's internal. So I'm going to go through this list and just read through it for you guys. So again, here's the pros. Nylon polymer stock with micro texturing. So it's got the micro texturing on the stock, gives it a little bit more, texturing for the grip. If it gets wet or something, you're going to have just a little bit easier, it won't slip out of your hands so easy. You do have that railed metal receiver with laser etched Steyr trademarks. So the receiver, this whole receiver is metal, and all these engravings are etched, laser and etched. It does have the integrated folding bipod legs on the left and right sides of the stock, which I showed you. You have those flip up front and rear sights. They are non-adjustable, but they are flip up. It's nice just to have those included. The accessory slot on the bottom of the stock for mounting of optional bipod rail. And that's that bit right here. So you could put an optional bipod rail on there if you wanted to, although you don't really need it. You do have millet QD sling loop attachment points, and I was showing you those on this gun. We got one on the bottom here. You got them on the side, you got one on the back, left and right. So you have left and right in the back. You have one on the side here and one on the bottom there. So that's pretty nice. You have the front dummy magazine for just whatever you want to throw in there. Maybe, who knows what, just some extra stuff. The rear dummy magazine with enough space to put a storage of a full magazine in there if you wanted to have a secondary magazine right in the stock. You have the removable stock spacer pads for full length, for length of pull adjustment. So if you want it shorter or longer, you can adjust that by taking out the spacers. It also has a 90-degree trigger with a steel sear, 90-degree aluminum piston with dual glide rings and steel base, silent air brake piston head, silent cylinder head with shock absorbing padding, 9mm stainless steel ball bearing, spring guide. So a lot of this is internal. I can't really show it to you. It's all internal parts. And the bore up steel cylinder with 12.5% more air volume than stock cylinders. The hop up, I didn't show you the hop up on both sides, on the side lever. So let me just show you that. I forgot to show you that. So you have the hop up adjustment right here. Really easy to adjust, and it's on both sides, okay? It's just underneath the bipod, okay? So you won't accidentally adjust it if you just have the stock open or stock closed. You have the side adjustments, TDC screw adjustments options. You have the steel CNC machine hop-up arms, 0.3mm tight bore inner barrel, a 60-degree modified, this is a lot of stuff here, 60-degree modified Predator enhanced hop-up bucking, pre-installed 50 and 70-degree buckings available separately. So a lot of this stuff, I'm not even sure exactly what it is, to be honest, I'm not going to lie. But there's a lot of upgradable options for this gun. There's a lot built into this stuff under the hood that you probably won't know about that'll just going to make it perform that much better. It's got compatible with the VSR spec inner barrel, so you can pull the barrel out, use higher quality barrels if you want. It has the 450 FPS basic rating with the pre-installed M140 spring, and you can take it right up to the M190 spring with no upgrades required. Couple cons, basically some of the cons would be, 32 round magazine. It's not super high. Maybe, it is a bolt action gun, so you're not going to be, ripping through rounds left, right, and center. So I would say that's probably fine. This is a sniper rifle. It's not a close quarter combat gun by any means, right? But maybe having a few more rounds would be nice. And its recommended ammo is going to be 0.36 gram. BBs and above, 0.4 gram is optimal. So maybe when I test it, I'll throw a few rounds in that are lighter, maybe some rounds of 20 gram, and then I'll pop in the other mag and try it with the 0.4 gram or whatever heavier option rounds I have on hand here, something a bit heavier for the accuracy portion for sure. Again, this is available in our Canada store. Over at replicairguns.ca, we have other products in our US store, other sniper rifles if you're interested. Don't forget to check out the website, replicaairguns.com. It's our blog with the written articles and posts for these products. And if you're interested in other products, air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, and other accessories, then again, check out replicaairguns.ca for Canada and replicaairguns.us for the US. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next time, take care.